Right now what I'm telling you seems obvious, but it doesn't when you're in the pickle. When you get yourselves into that pickle, right, and you're getting annoyed about something, then, well, where does all that good sense go? Out the window. Because then you're vexed. And when the mind is vexed, it only needs one thing. How do I relieve myself from vexation? That is why we practice before we get vexed. Oftentimes people come and ask me, Swaminas, I get angry all the time, what do I do? Answer is, when you're angry, there's nothing to do. After you get angry, there is nothing to do. Try and, tie yourself up to your bed or something. Because every time you're angry, you're just going to keep doing the wrong thing. Right? Or when you have lustful thoughts, what do I do? In that moment, it's too late. Because this is not a repair shop, I always keep telling people. This is not a repair shop. This is not a place where you come to fix broken things. This is a place where we come to fortify our minds so that they don't break in the first instance. But have a noble association and companionship around you wherever possible, whenever possible. That is what I do my whole life. I am surrounded by noble companions. Because they are constantly there to remind me, you're crazy. Come back to your senses. You're crazy, you've gone mad. Come back to your senses. You're angry, come back to your senses. See? Because you need that in that moment. That is when you need it, in that moment. Because you can't do it for yourself. In lay life, this is going to be incredibly difficult. Because when you're angry, what do people generally do? Oh, he's gone angry, let's just keep our distance for now. Don't go and talk to him now, he's angry. Actually, what do they actually need at this moment? Someone to talk to. Someone to come and tell them what is right from wrong. But is there something more difficult than trying to convince an angry man that he's wrong? Is there something more difficult than that? Oh no. Whenever someone's angry, you don't try to go and debate with them or argue with them or try and tell them that they're wrong. First, you have to absorb the pressure that is built up in their own minds. That's why when someone is really angry, right? One of the first things to do, really, and this is good advice, is to go and say, I am sorry. This is a tact. When you know you're not the one who's wronged, but you go and say, I am sorry. What does that do for them? Relief. Because they are trapped. When they are trapped, they are looking for some path, some vent to release their agitation. Remember, there is so much pressure built up in there. If you don't do it, then this saucer will have to say, I'm sorry. Yeah, or some ornament will have to pay the price. So why don't you pay the price? Because this is one way in which you can relieve your vexation. That's why people do that. Crash enough plates, and now you come back to your senses. Why do people do that actually? Why do people resort to, breaking things and banging things and when someone's angry at home, right? The door normally closes without a noise, but when they're angry, it just goes bang, right? Or the drawers. Or when things are put back down, go like this. Or the car door, it gets whacked shut. Right? Or they drive faster. Yeah, this is the energy that is built up inside. That is why they do that. They have so much energy built up inside. They have to vent it. Stop thinking about it as a man or a woman or a person. This is simply energy. The mind is an energy source. The mind can generate energy, and this energy that is generated has to be released somewhere. That is why crashing this helps. That is why breaking us also helps, because that is... I'm not going to do it now, don't worry. That gives you a vent to release that energy. And it makes you feel that you've done something big. Otherwise, why does it have to make all that noise? Why does it have to be so loud? When people scream, when people shout, and then when an angry man doesn't just normally talk like you and I, right? They scream. because that is all the energy that they're trying to output or put out of their system. Again, even those problems, look at it through the lens of anicca. Why is this man behaving like this? Look at it through the lens of anicca. Cause and effect again. Because this is not an angry man. What is there? Just lots of energy. This is just lots of energy. But this energy is tainted with aversion, sometimes with delusion, sometimes with desire. And when that energy gets built up, now it just has to be released. So what are we doing then as practitioners of Buddhist philosophy? What we are doing is taming our minds so we know how to make better use of this energy. Mental energy is so important. When someone practices samadhi, right, or deep levels of concentration, that's a lot of energy. But that energy is channeled in the right way. It's channeled for good, for the good of people, for themselves and others. That is what we learn to do. See, now look at all the work we do at the monastery. All of us together. Like what I gave a few examples of at the beginning. Right, the school, the rehab center, right, very soon enough. Right, our young child development center, with Noble Hearts, it needs a lot of energy. We can't just sleep all day and things won't get done. Every day our devotees come to the monastery, the rotis get baked, right, and about 1,000 every day. That requires energy. I don't mean just the LPG, I mean the human energy that is required. This is energy that is in the mind, but energy that is channeled in the right way. Vita Raga, Vita Dosa, Vita Moha are ways in which energy can be channeled. Raga Desha Moha are another way. There are other ways in which energy can be channeled. So depending on how pure or impure your mind is, the energy that is spawned in the mind gets channeled in the right way or the wrong way, for destruction or for healing. That is the difference. And to do that, what I'm asking you all to do is, whenever there's a problem, come to your senses about it.